Thank you all for coming. We already did introductions, but we're gonna do a little bit more. But the beauty about eXp, unlike any other brokerage, is when you align with agents at eXp and you pick who's going to sponsor you at the company, you are actually partnering up. Not to the extent of we're gonna be partners where we're gonna share in deals with one another, but you're really able to tap into the people above you that are in your organization, and they can pour into you. They can be mentors to you. They can help you with your business. We've got resources available to share with the agents in our group. I've been doing this for 20 years, and so when I picked the person that I wanted to join, I actually picked, and I'm going to talk about her, is Krista Mashore. And I did a ton of, have you heard of Krista Mashore?
Yeah,
okay.
Facebook.
Okay, perfect. I was with Compass prior to joining eXp Realty. And when I did my research, I knew the future of real estate is through digital marketing, through social media, and through video. And I know how to do a real estate transaction. I know how to run a team. I have been doing this for 20 years. But the part that was escaping me for a while was really how to build my brand on social media, to be known in the area, and to be known amongst the people that follow me as the go-to agent of choice. And that, relates to more referrals in my business from both clients that already know me and clients that don't know me. And believe it or not, has also been big for my business on the agent-to-agent referral side. Networking with other agents, because agents from other states or other areas that can't service their clients in our local area, when they see you putting out a lot of content, they then look at you as like, oh, that's the go-to agent for Orange County or Newport Beach. So that's what I wanted, and I didn't really start building, I would say, my brand like I have since I've been at eXp and partnering with Krista. It's been about 1.5 years now, and I've really dramatically seen the results. So here a little bit about me. 20 years in real estate. My team did 80 million in sales last year for 2021. I'm the founder of Realm Residential, which is brokered by eXp Realty. And I've personally renovated and sold over 100 fix and flip investment properties. So I've got a real understanding, just like Brian does, on construction and development and helping clients how to add value to properties, which has been a big portion of my business. Over 600 homes sold in my career, and I work with developers building and developing luxury homes along the coast in Newport Beach. Because there's a tremendous amount of resources that our group has that agents that are with eXp that are not in our group do not have access to. Then on top of that, it's all of the resources that eXp has to offer, which are insanely good. Everything with our group and what Krista has created is just is like the icing on the cake, right? So Krista is what I would refer to as the digital marketing queen, right? She's been in the business, I know, for over 20 years. She's top 1% realtor nationwide. She's sold over 2,300 homes personally. She's in Northern California, not in San Francisco, but she's in an area called like Brentwood, a little bit inland from San Francisco. She was a broker owner. She had her own company called Homes by Krista, which means she was paying absolutely zero split to a broker. And she saw the value in eXp and what could be built there. So she decided to, and a lot of independent brokers are doing this, abandon being an independent broker and choose to go to and partner with eXp and then have her brand brokered by eXp Realty. Very interesting thing for you guys to know about Krista is she has created in the last 4 years a digital marketing coaching company, which has sold over $34 million in online sales. I'll say that again. You just dropped your phone because that was so impressive, right?
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. I'll say that again, 34 million in sales. She coaches real estate agents. So agents that want to get involved in Krista's program pay for her mastery program, and I was one of her mastery students, pay up to $30,000 to get into her coaching program, okay? We're not gonna ask any of you guys to pay anything like that today because all of the resources we are able to get at eXp, Krista actually gives for free to everyone who joins eXp under our organization. And why this is so important for you guys to know is because when you bring other people or want to attract your friends or other agents to eXp Realty, you get to give these same resources that we're offering to you guys to the people that you want to attract to the company. So Krista is also a best-selling author. She's written 4 books. If you guys want to see her books, I've got them on audio and PDF. I can email them out to you guys at the end of the day with this presentation, but it's Sell 100 Homes a Year and the Ultimate Digital Marketing Playbook. I'm going to go in now into what we unlock when you partner with us and Krista Mashore at eXp Realty. So really, it's broken into 3 different things. We've got courses, support, and systems. So if you start down at the bottom, I'm going to go into detail on each of these courses, but there's 4 different courses that she offers. As far as support goes, it's more support than I've seen. I've been at 4 different brokerages in my 20-year career. There is more support with what we have at eXp and in our organization than I've ever seen at any brokerage. I've been with Coldwell Banker, I've been with Compass, I've been with First Team Real Estate. I started the first 10 years of my career were with Prudential, which you guys probably don't know, turned into Berkshire Hathaway. So one of the courses you get, I'm gonna go through the courses quickly. When you guys join, you're gonna get access to all these courses. It's go at your own pace, but 75% of homeowners say they're more likely to list with an agent who uses video, right? I see you already got your iPhone here, you're already shooting some video. We wanna take whatever you're already doing and then even ramp it up to the next level and teach you also how to get more people than just your followers to see it. And Krista goes through her entire program on how to, what videos to create. She gives us scripts, right? She gives us educational scripts and educational content for sellers, for buyers. She teaches us how to strategically place these videos on Facebook and other social media venues, put some ad dollars behind them to get them seen by the most amount of people. So I've built, since I've been on this program, a retargeting list. Do you guys know what retargeting is? So you know when you go and see, let's say you click on an ad or you see an ad on Facebook, right? And then it just starts following you around and you start seeing that ad or different versions of that ad everywhere you're going on social media. We're doing the same thing on our real estate business. So what I've done is we start with an ad that gets the most amount of people to see it, and then consider it like digital farming is the best way that I can explain it. Rather than spending, 75 cents, 60 cents per postcard to mail out to a neighborhood, you are doing this online and you can do it for pennies per impression for the people that are following you. So I've built a retargeting list of over 20,000 people that see my educational content videos on a regular basis. And every time I do new content or do new videos, I'm putting those videos in front of these people. So it's like, and it continues to grow, right? Like my goal is to get that up to 50,000, 60,000 people that continuously see my videos. Krista teaches a lot on this. I've learned everything that I know about this from her. Her other course is called Digital Marketing Immersion. And this is like marketing, lead generation, nurture, conversion, and fulfillment and delivery. She calls it the 5 R's, which is refer, retain, resell through rituals and routines. And then she's got another one called Lead Gen Intensive. She used to sell this course for $10,000 just to buy this course. You guys get it all for free by just by joining us at eXp. One of the things that I think I and Brian are both extremely excited about, which we're gonna get into, the ability to earn an additional revenue stream in this business. And that's through the agent attraction side of the business, right? Like, yes, we can earn commissions for representing buyers and sellers or investors or handling lease transactions. But the fact that we can earn an additional revenue stream by just sharing eXp with other agents, and when they join us, we're gonna get a percentage of the deals that they close, paid on the broker side, not on the agent side. So I got a whole calendar in here that I'll show you, but we've got everything from daily accountability calls where, all of this stuff is fully optional, but it's all geared towards helping you guys grow and build your business. So a daily accountability call, we've got literally like 10 time slots available for agents every single morning. Starting as early as 3 in the morning, because we've got agents on the East Coast that want to get on a 6 a.m. call. We have them throughout the morning and even into the afternoon. What is a daily accountability call? Krista calls it skin in the game, right? Have you guys gone through your day, your work day, and you've been bouncing around and you realize like the day's over and you think, oh my God, what did I do? What did I get done today, right? It happens to all of us, even the best agents out there. You're the skin in the game call, you hop on a call with your peers, and every morning you give 2 commitments of what you're gonna get done that day. We call them your rocks, right? What is most important to move your business forward, so you don't just spend all day, trying to create a video or scrolling through Facebook or trying to, find buyers of property. Like, what is actually going to move your business forward? You commit to them on Monday. Then Tuesday rolls around, you get on the same time, same call with your peers, and you repeat in front of all of them whether you got those 2 things done or not. And if you didn't, why not, and what got in your way? So if you start showing up in a call with your peers and you say day after day, oh, I got busy with this, I got busy with that, I didn't get my commitments done, how do you look? How do you look? Right? So it's group accountability to help you guys get the things you need to do done. We also do live weekly coaching calls. You know that $30,000 coaching program I told you about that Krista does? She has 1 additional call per week for everyone that pays for that, but the main call is on Monday at 8 a.m. Every Monday, Krista is on a live call, and she's training on something and going over something to help you grow your business. And that's available to all of us for free. Every day at 8 a.m., there's something called Agent Power Huddle that Jesse in our organization, who's a broker from San Diego, who actually was the one that sponsored Krista, he teaches that every Monday through Friday from 8 to 8:30. And then we've got the Krista Mashore coaching calls from 8 to 9 on Mondays. We've got also a mastermind every Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m. This is where agents get on and they mastermind about what's working, what they're struggling with, what they need help with. The other component that's really good for you guys to know with this group, these agents are all over the country. So the more you get involved in this stuff, the more relationships you build with agents from out of your area, which I know there's a tremendous amount of referral business that goes back and forth within our group. So you can do that both within our group and at the eXp level as well. Let's get into the eXp talk. I'm sure we could talk even more about Krista Mashore's organization, but I think you guys got the gist of it. I want you to get a good background on eXp. So the way I look at eXp is we've got 5 pillars of eXp. You've got technology and training to generate leads. You've got a stock component. You've got support, which we've talked a little bit about. I think you can see we've got a lot of support. You've got agent compensation and splits, and revenue share. So we're going to kind of break each of these down for you guys today. Have you guys heard of the cash flow quadrant? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Have any of you ever read this book before? Okay. Basically talks about 2 segments that can be broken down on the left side and the right side. You're either an employee, that's you go and work 9 to 5 every day, you have a job, right? You've got no leverage as an employee. You're trading, you see that clock equals dollars, you're trading your time for money. Self-employed, we as real estate agents are self-employed, right? You're still trading your time for money. You've got a clock there, but you have $2 signs there because as self-employed, you do have more, you don't have as much of a ceiling as if you're an employee.
It's okay to be an employee. It's okay because that fits their business model better. Certain people, personalities want to do that. So it's not like going into higher risk situations like I do or he does. Everyone has their little fit, and what he's going to close here on is how maybe, gotta think it's Berkshire Hathaway, eXp is able to provide you any option you want.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you can just continue selling real estate, and eXp is the #3 brokerage in the entire country. A lot of people don't realize that. We're going to get to the numbers on how much we've grown, but you can continue selling real estate at any level you want, but if the other side of it also interests you, you can do that in the background or on the side, right? So you've got business owner. If you think about a business owner, what they're doing is they're leveraging off of people. They've created a business, they have employees that work for them, and then they're able to create a more leveraged income. Then you've got the highest form, which is an investor. An investor leverages their money to make more money, okay? So we're gonna show you how eXp will allow you to become a business owner as well as an investor if that's something that you want to get involved in. Okay, this is the history of real estate companies for the last 100 years. And this is really important for you guys to understand as you are looking at this model, okay? So you've got an international company. Think about RE/MAX, right? Think about Coldwell Banker, Century 21, all of these large companies. You've got an international company out the top, Remax International, Keller Williams International. And then the international company sells to regions. They'll sell out California, or they'll sell out Southern California to a regional owner. Then the regional owner actually sells franchises to franchise owners, okay? So I know, Remax College Park, you have a franchise owner that owns, 5 Remaxes, okay? Then each franchise owner is responsible for filling those offices, each of those offices, if they've got multiple offices in an area with staff for each office. They're responsible for the brick and mortar leases, which eat up a tremendous amount of the profitability of the brokerage. Then at the very bottom, you've got the agents, okay? And here's where we see is the issue with this. Who are the ones that generate all of the income for the brokerage?
Us.
The agents,
Yeah.
right? And that's really important to drive home, because the agents are at the very bottom of this, supporting all of this, if you would call it fat, in a 100-year-old organization. Nothing has changed the way real estate's been done over the last 100 years. Okay, 1906 is when Mr. Coldwell and Mr. Banker became partners. They were both selling real estate, and they said, you know what? Let's partner up and create a brokerage and have a bunch of agents work for us, right? Nothing's been done differently since then. So here's where eXp comes around. What they've done is they've taken the agent and they've made them owners of the real estate company. And how have they done this? They've eliminated the local staff that are in every local brokerage, right? We still have staff. eXp has 1,500 staff members that work in the cloud-based office. And they are tremendously more efficient than a traditional real estate company, because now you've got these 1,500 employees that are able to service the 80,000 agents that we have on an international level, all from their cloud-based campus, rather than individual staff members in every office or brokerage, right? So they've gotten rid of the owners, no more franchise owners. eXp is not a franchise. You cannot buy a franchise of eXp. It's one company, internationally owned, and they've made the agents stockholders, and then they share in the revenue with the agents that help build the company. No more regions. So this diagram shows you got the international going straight to the agent. And how have they been able to do this? They've leveraged what we call a disruptive technology. So eXp has patents on it. The cloud-based technology that they have is called Virbela. It's a separate company. Now, the beauty of Virbela is it allows us to collaborate internationally with each other, all from our internet connection and all from home. What else does eXp have? They've got eXp stock. So eXp trades on the NASDAQ. EXPI is the ticker symbol. I'm gonna go more into stock later, but just for doing things, you don't have to buy the stock. You can if you want to at a discount. And then the last component is leads. eXp actually has a lead program that I'm gonna show you guys more about. Okay, I'm gonna go through this quick because I don't think it's as important for our conversation right here, but this is our founder, Glenn Stanford. Glenn is, I would call, an internet genius. He's also a billionaire now. He founded eXp Realty in 2009. He used to be an agent. He worked actually for Keller Williams. And he grew a team and did about 60 million in sales in the Pacific Northwest. But then he realized, and this is what's important, that agents and brokers do the heavy lifting in this real estate business, and they deserve the benefits, and they deserve to be owners and shareholders of the company, and no other company before him has done that. So that's, I think, the most important factor of that. Just brief history, and then I'll move on. A lot of people don't realize that eXp is like 10 years old, because up until recently, we've had explosive growth, and now everyone is starting to notice us. So for the agents that now are joining now, it's actually a lot easier for agents than the ones that came on 4 or 5 years ago, and people had no clue who eXp was. So here's our growth. 82,000 eXp agents now internationally. We are growing at 1,000 agents a week. So we will be over 100,000 agents before the end of the year. If you look at some of the largest franchises in the country, I think Keller Williams says they have 180,000 agents. A lot of people will get excited about the revenue share component and say, oh no, they already have so many agents, it's too late for me. Here's the goal and the vision of the company from the founders. They want to be in 100 countries in the next 10 years. We're currently in 19. They estimate, and there's no concrete data on this, but through their estimations, they figured that there's approximately 25 million agents in the world. And if you look at all developing countries and the 100 that they want to be in, they have a goal to have 2 million agents worldwide, which no other real estate company has ever come close. There's a massive amount of opportunity left. If we look even here in Orange County, we're breaking into Orange County right now. Brian and I right now are breaking into luxury, but there are not a ton of eXp agents right now in Orange County that are doing what we're doing. So the opportunity is huge if you look at how many agents are with these other brokerages. And I think a lot of agents just have not looked at the model close enough, because when they do, like here you have two very smart businessmen that have looked at this model and said, wow, that's where I want to be. Everyone remembers Blockbuster, right? Blockbuster was doing $6 billion in revenue. And I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but Netflix had approached Blockbuster and said, hey, do you want to buy us? I think the amount was around 50 million at the time. And Blockbuster, being cocky and the 800-pound gorilla in the marketplace, we were like, no, why do we need you? Who are you? Like, if we want to mail, DVDs to the home, we can do that. But we like people coming to us. We've got, thousands of brick and mortar locations around the country or around the world, right? And then if we want to do streaming video, like I know you guys are cutting edge on that and figuring that out, we can figure it out too, right? Fast forward several years, Blockbuster goes BK, can't find a Blockbuster around anymore, and now you look at Netflix, who's the king of that marketplace, right? Same with Circuit City, all the retail stores, and Amazon, right? Traditional real estate brokerages are now being replaced with the new model, which is eXp Realty. Similar. Now, am I saying all brick and mortar real estate brokerages are going to go out of business? No. I think there will still be a place for them. However, eXp Realty has found a way to be so much more efficient in the marketplace and offer so much more value at a lower cost than all these traditional agents that there's a reason why they're growing as fast as they're growing. Okay, so let me talk about the cloud campus, right? So you've got no desk fees. A lot of times agents with a lot of these different brokerages, you get hit with your split, then you get hit with desk fees. You can work from anywhere, right? How has eXp been able to do this? They've cut their costs. We don't have brick and mortar offices set up all over the country and all over the world, which eats into a tremendous amount of the profitability from the leases. Now you guys might say, well, I like going into an office. What if I want to work in an office environment? You still have that opportunity to do that, right? eXp has a partnership with Regus. Regus is one of the largest co-working providers of office space in the world. They have over 3,000 locations. So I work and run my business out of a Regus office right here in Newport Beach. You get a membership card to Regus included in your eXp Realty fees, and you can go to any Regus. You can have meetings there. You can use their common areas. If you just want to pop in, use their Wi-Fi, have a client meet you there, you can do that all without any additional charges. Here's a photo of a Regus location. This one actually looks very similar to mine.
It does.
Okay? Brian's been to mine several times, right? You got desks you can pull up to. They've got a coffee machine. You can use their Wi-Fi. You can get on their printers. Now, the other thing some agents will do is maybe once they get enough agents together, they may say, hey, let's go rent a 1,500 square foot office together, or a 2,000 square foot office. We're actually looking at doing that here in Newport as soon as we have a couple of other partners that want to do it together. Then we have a hub where we're all working together in an eXp storefront.
Quarterly meetings to get what's the market up, what's working, what's not.
Yeah. So another component of eXp is the live training, right? This is completely separate from what I was talking about with our organization. So if you go to expcloud.com and you go on, you can see their training calendar. They literally have like 9 to 12 classes per day. So if you guys want to train, or Janet, if you've got agents that are coming in and you want to do some of your own training, but you want them to see, a training on how to work your SOI, how to do social media, how to work for sale by owners, whatever it is, you've got all of these classes that are being taught every day, and they're just a click of a button. And if you don't make the live class, there's replays of them. Here's the big thing that I noticed quickly when I joined eXp, is the support is literally available instantaneously.
On demand.
On demand. So if you go into eXp World, which is our virtual office, you can then literally go into a broker's room and be face-to-face with a broker. There are 10 brokers for the state of California.
There's 5 sitting there.
So there's 5 at a time in an office. That's how they're able to provide such a high level of support to agents. I mean, when I wanted to get in touch with my broker, who I loved, I would text them or call them. They'd be in a meeting. They'd call me back. I'd be showing houses, so I couldn't talk to them. I'd then try texting them back, and they're like, oh, in an afternoon appointment, can we talk at 5? It would literally be like all day before I would be able to get the support to the question that I needed, and the question was like 30 seconds long, right? So that is how eXp has used leverage technology to be way more efficient in just one level of our business. We're in now 22 countries. Here's what a lot of people don't know. You can sponsor and attract an agent to eXp, whether they're in United States, Canada, Mexico, Australia, anywhere in the world that eXp operates in, okay? So does anyone here have any relatives or family members or friends in another country? So if you can be the first into a market area that they start opening, then all of those people go under you.
And
right?
you, and you.
And exactly. hence, and we're skipping forward here, but hence the reason for the collaboration and what eXp has built. Why else would you get agents that are top producers who are very busy building their own business, their availability to not only share, but also pour into you guys in order to help you grow your business? We as realtors do not have a retirement plan, right? If you're disciplined enough and you want to try to buy rental properties every year, or one a year, or maybe one every other year or something like that, but we don't have a 401k that our company provides us with matching or anything like that. If you're going to sell real estate anyway, why don't you be at a company that's going to reward you with stock in their company just for doing things that you were going to be doing for your career regardless, right? So that's why you can earn shares in 4 different ways at eXp. You can earn shares when you close your first transaction. Okay, it's pretty cool. Like, you close your first deal with eXp and they gift you $400 in stock. Just for selling a house. You're like, cool, I was gonna do that anyway, but thank you for the shares of stock. You can earn shares when you fully cap. So when you hit your cap and you pay in your, basically if you are an individual agent with eXp, you pay in $16,000 per year, which is an 80-20 split until you hit $80,000 in gross commission income. You're then a capping agent with eXp, they give you more shares, right? Then there's shares when you sponsor an agent, and they want to reward us for helping others. So, when Janet closes her first transaction, Brian gets some share of eXp stock, and Janet gets some shares of eXp stock when Janet closes her first deal, right? And then you guys can celebrate together.
And then, right, whoever Janet recruits, Janet gets paid out first.
Correct.
And then vice versa. And it goes
Correct.
down. That's why there's a partnership.
There's a program called the Icon Agent Program. This is for the top producers within the company, right? And it's basically, in our market area, selling somewhere between 23 to 26 homes a year, okay? When you hit the Icon Status Award, they actually gift you back $16,000 worth of stock. And one of the beautiful things, remember all of those training classes that I showed you in the cloud? They actually incentivize agents in order to earn all of that $16,000. They have an Icon Agent training program. So I'm training a class on Thursday in eXp World because I'm an Icon agent, and it incentivizes the agents within the company, the top producers, to teach what they're doing and what's working for them in their business to train all the other agents in the company. And that's how they also incentivize us with the $16,000 in stock. So that's pretty cool. One last thing, agent equity program. Totally optional. I'm doing it. I think you're doing it, right, Brian?
Yeah.
You can enroll in it and you will put up to 5% of each one of your commission checks in the buying stock at a 10% discount. This stock is vested immediately. You don't have, because you paid for it, you do not have to hold it for 3 years.
It's a 10% return like that. There's not even a question.
So if you go to your financial advisor and say, hey, I want to buy this stock and I can buy it today at a 10% discount, like what is your financial advisor going to say, right? So the Icon Award, and when they gift you shares, it does come with a vesting period. It's a 3-year vesting period because they've given these shares to you. And a lot of companies, if you go to work for a large corporation and they have stock plans where they give you stock, it's very common to have a vesting period with that stock. If you wanted to generate a yearly residual income of $36,000 a year, which is $3,000 a month, you would literally have to save up $900,000 after tax. Most financial advisors, there's something called the Trinity study, and most financial advisors say that you should not touch more than 4%, you should not withdraw more than 4% of your nest egg of what you have saved in order to not run out of principal, right? So that's where this 4% is what financial advisors train on, okay? So who's saving $900,000 right now? Anyone? I know I'm not. Brian, are you saving 900 grand? Almost. Let's say, you know, maybe you want to retire in 20 years, right? Maybe you save 50 grand a year over the next 20 years or 18 years, and then you'd get there. Still not easy to do. Or you could sponsor 6 agents, and what this is called is if they're capping agents, meaning they've each hit their cap of $80,000 a year. On your first level, when you sponsor that agent, you can earn up to $2,800 per year. This is an income stream that can be willed. If you've got an adult age child that is 18, they just have to get their real estate license, and all the revenue share that you build up, you can transfer to your child or have them continue getting paid on the revenue share group. Okay? So here's an example to make $36,000 or $3,000 monthly. 6 agents in your first level and 6 agents in your second level. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. In your second level, most people think you would earn less, but you earn more. You can earn up to $3,200 a year for an agent in your second level. So that goes back to Janet saying, well, Gabe, what's in it for you? Like, why are you taking time out of your busy Tuesday when you can be out selling houses when I'm sponsoring under Brian? Well, because I actually get paid more on my second level than Brian gets on his first level.
More to help you guys.
And this was designed strategically in mind by our founder and chairman, Glenn Stanford, because he wanted to create a company that was the most collaborative environment that any real estate company in the world has ever seen.
No other brokerage has this or to this caliber.
So now if Brian meets someone and he's talking to them about eXp, and I'm like, well, I know that agent also. Brian and I are not going to be fighting over who's going to sponsor them if we both have a relationship with them. I'm going to say, Brian, I'll show up to that meeting. You know them too. You sponsor them, and they'll be in your first level. They'll be in my second level. So I think this is why Glenn Stanford, I think, is a genius, right? And no other real estate company has done anything like this before. So what's easier, save $900,000 a year over 20 years, or attract 6 agents? Seems pretty easy to me. Okay, here's a better example, right? Because like here, we live in California. $3,000 a month? Yeah, I mean, that might pay some bills, help us with our car payment, maybe pay our mortgage or help pay our mortgage or rent. But for a lot of people, that doesn't move the needle enough, right? But what about $15K a month? Would that move the needle more for you guys? So you could either save $4.5 million over the next 20 years, right? So you can take out 4% of that 4.5 million, which is 180 grand, which lets you take 15 grand a month out. Or you can find 10 people, and this doesn't have to be right away. This is, You could do this over 3 years, you could do this over 5 years.
Yeah.
As you are doing business, as you're doing co-broker deals with agents on the other side, you could have a conversation with them on how happy are they at their current brokerage. Oh, have you learned anything about eXp yet? Oh, you haven't? Come jump on a webinar with us, which we have weekly, and then we can teach them all about eXp. So you guys don't even have to do the selling. Bring 10 people on and teach each of those 10 how to get their own 10. Then you'd have 10 people in your front line that you've personally sponsored, and then you'd have 100 people in your second line. Now, if they're all capping agents, you'd be earning $320,000 on those 100 people, okay? Plus the 28,000, that's $348,000 a year. Now, the reality is if you get that many agents, you're gonna say, well, not every agent's gonna be a capping agent, because I might attract some agents that sell 1 or 2 homes a year. I might attract some agents that sell 10 or 15, right? So what if they're all only half cappers? A half capper is an agent that does about $40,000 in gross commission income in a year, okay? So if they're all half cappers, you're gonna earn about $180,000 a year on this revenue share group. So if you are an agent that wants to be on a team, you can have, instead of a $16,000 capped eXp, you would have an $8,000 capped eXp. But you also have a split with your team leader. Now eXp has a rule because they don't want a bunch of agents going out there saying they have a team, putting all the agents on their team at a 99% split so they can sponsor them, and then saying, we'll get you an $8,000 cap instead of a $16,000 cap. So if you are part of a team, there's 2 elections you can make. One, if you're gonna be a team member, you have a half cap, which is $8,000. The maximum commission split that you can earn on any single deal with your team leader is 75%. That's the maximum eXp allows. I've got agents on my team that I go 50-50 with them on like on the internet leads and deals that I provide them. So that's gonna be up to Janet to figure out how you're gonna handle that. If you want to be an individual agent with eXp, then you could be at a $16,000 cap. So here is how the revenue share chart works. And it's actually, I went over 2 levels in my explanation, right? There's actually 7 levels to this. In order to unlock a second level, you need to get to a certain number of sponsored agents that you've personally sponsored. So what that means is, you see over here on the far right, frontline qualifying agent. That means that's an active agent that's selling real estate, right? To be active, you don't have to sell much. You just have to earn $5,000 in gross commission income or sell 2 houses in a 6-month period.
So they don't have to be full cap?
No. The bare minimum standards are, even if you did a couple of leases and made $5,000 in GCI, you're an active agent, okay? But if you bring on an agent that's not selling anything and they haven't sold anything for 6 months, they're still on your front line, but they're not a qualified agent. So once you sponsor 5 agents, then you can earn revenue on your tier 2, which basically means anyone that your tier 1 sponsors. So I'll illustrate this, right? So if Brian sponsors 5 agents, Janet being one of them, then Brian will earn revenue share on Janet's transactions, as well as any one of you guys on her team that are doing transactions that Janet sponsored. Every 5 additional agents that you sponsor and they're qualifying agents unlocks another tier. And so it gets really exciting. Like once you've been with the company for a couple of years, like when you see some of these agents like Jesse in our organization, he has brought on, over 4 years, he's brought on about 40 agents, okay? It's about 10 a year, right? Like if you go to recruit, if you take a job as a recruiter and you only recruited 10 agents a year, would you be recruiter of the year or would you get fired? Right?
I like this business model with the percentage. It goes up. Wow, that's cool.
So Jesse, his 40 agents over 4 years has turned into 1,100 agents in his organization that he gets paid on. He still sells real estate even though he doesn't have to anymore. He only works with family and friends and past clients. His monthly revenue share is now about $80,000 a month. A lot of people say, well, like, how is this sustainable? eXp has made a commitment that they will pay up to 50% of the revenue into the company. They will share that back with the agents. And that revenue is getting into the billions of dollars that they are then sharing back with the agents. Like literally, I've already heard agents talking about they're doing less transactions now than they were, a couple of months ago, and how grateful they are to have an additional revenue share stream that wouldn't have been available to them at any other real estate company. Here's our eXp world, right? It's like literally stepping into a virtual office, and you've got people that work there that are information centers. You're like, hey, this is my first time here. I don't know where to go. Can you point me in the right direction? And they're like, yeah, you go to the drop-down menu and you click state broker rooms, and this is how you get to the California broker room. They actually license this the software out to other companies. There's other Fortune 500 companies that are now using it. Stanford University is using it. And when you own stock in EXPI or EXP, it's eXp World Holdings. It's not just the real estate company, which is pretty cool. eXp owns Verbella, which is that technology that they're taking to other Fortune 500 companies. They also own Success Magazine. Who's heard of Success Magazine? Okay, who's heard of Tony Robbins? Jarek Robbins is Tony Robbins' son. He's now running Success Magazine, which is owned by eXp World Holdings. So the cool thing is, and they also own Success Lending, right? So, and now they're starting to open up all these other arms. You don't only own stock in eXp Real Estate. eXp also has eXp Commercial. You can sponsor a commercial agent just like you can sponsor a residential agent. And you actually earn more money on a commercial agent because the cap is higher. It's a $20,000 cap instead of a $16,000 cap. So you earn more on each transaction. A lot of people don't know this, but eXp has eXp Healthcare. And I know agents that with families of 4 that have cut their healthcare bills by $1,000 a month by taking the huge buying power of an organization with 80,000 people in it, and they've lowered the cost of healthcare for the agents. Every agent gets access to a KV Core account. If you have not heard of KV Core, it's one of the best lead generation websites combined with a CRM out there. CRM is your customer relationship manager, houses all of your contacts. It allows you to call them through there, it allows you to text them, email them, set up drip campaigns where you've got emails and text messages that go out to all of them. And then if you want to add lead generation to it, eXp will actually manage the ad spend for you. And they have this thing called Making It Rain. Making It Rain will manage your Google and Facebook ads for you. And you can put as little as $200 a month towards it. And then you just get leads that have signed up on your website that were interested in looking at homes. If you go to KV Core directly, I think it's about $500 a month. So eXp Realty, when you sign up, they give you 1,000 business cards for free. They give you 20 folders. We have this thing called Marketing Center, where it's like an online template based. If you want to add your picture, your logo, for brochures, social media, photos or ads, like a just listed, just sold, newsletters, that kind of stuff is all available in Marketing Center. No desk fee, no royalty fee, no franchise fees. It's an 80-20 split for everyone in the company. I love this because what a lot of brokerages are notorious for is cutting special deals for certain agents. Oh, this is a top producer. We'll bump you up a few percent, but don't tell anyone, keep it hush hush, right? This happens across the board in every real estate company. Or like Brian, when he tells his company he's gonna leave, oh, we'll up your split, we'll give you cash, we'll give you marketing incentives, right? And Brian wasn't used to this. When he was coming on board, like he's used to like talking to brokerage owners and managers, and they're like trying to give you incentives and this or that. He's like, Gabe, are there any special deals here? He's like, I'm a top producer. Like, don't I get anything else? Like,
write me checks. They're making me write me checks. The industry's like, here's a check. I'm like,
and
I've already analyzed everything so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, just tell them.
Well, I love the transparency of the company. There's no special deals. Everyone in the company is on an 80-20 split. You cap at 16 grand. Once you pay the company 16 grand, you're at 100% for the rest of the year. Now, after you cap, there's still liability on those transactions. So there's a small transaction fee. It's $250 per deal. If you do an additional 20 deals, you've paid 5 grand in transaction fees. Then they give you another break and they say, okay, you only have to pay $75 per transaction after that. There's a cloud brokerage fee. It's $85 a month. That covers all of the training that I told you about, covers your KV Core website, covers access to healthcare options. SkySlope is our transaction management system where all of your deals go through for your paperless, file checking with the brokerage and all of that. On-demand broker support, the marketing center, and then the 3,000 Regis locations. The only other fee is $25, which is just for them to review every file to make sure it's compliant. $25 per file.
Probably your best $25.
Yeah, and they've got great file checkers. They really do. They've got departments that review every page of every transaction, and they'll kick it back if there's a box check that's missing or if there's a missing signature, because everything gets checked through SkySlope, which is what the broker reviews. That's the best $25 you can spend. And then $40 for E&O per deal, and it caps at $500 a year. The brokerages I've been with before were $1,500, $1,800 a year, some were $2,000 a year. This is only per transaction if you sell a house. $149 startup fee, it's a one-time fee, and that gives you your first month of cloud brokerage fee, and it gives you 1,000 business cards and 25 folders. That's a summary of it if any of you guys want to take a snapshot or screenshot of it, but that's a summary of everything that we just talked about.